Well, hello, you fantastic human beings.
I'm
Good.
here too.
Huh?
But I'm here too. My
Oh, was it
camera went
off?
out. No, yeah, when I hit Jordan solo, producer cam.
I feel like because we switch between
Yeah,
producer and two painter all the
too many
time,
buttons.
it's always like a crapshoot as to whether or not it's turned on or
Yeah.
not. Uh, you guys are awesome. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. We've got more gross human atrocities for you in the Trench Crusade painting time. Cannibals can be here a little bit before your work meeting. Nice. Excellent. Well, welcome. Who we got here today? We've got Dead Nerve with the Nerd Hobby, Paint Liquor, Mechanized Imposter. We got Rattle Can, Wad Tomato, Big Bobzilla, Paint Liquor again. Our Emery, Oak Ren, hello. Law Dog, what up? Zombie, of course. How are you guys doing today? Mo, what's up? Love yo face. How you been, Mo? Been doing okay? Oh, looky. Swift, is that Swifter Bear? Yes, Swifter Bear. Hello.
Swifter.
Oh, Swifter. I missed the SH.
Well,
Swifter
huzzah,
Bear.
huzzah! I'll just throw back my
Aloha,
legs and
Source.
pollute my britches with delight.
I love how
Yeah, paint liquor.
I love how
31
Source
months.
says aloha every day, not from Hawaii. Not even
From like Sweden.
yeah, not even remotely from Hawaii.
Sweden, Denmark. Sorry, source.
Yeah, Source, where'd you come up with the aloha? Where's that from? Are like, have you spent a lot of time in Hawaii or something? Doing awesome now that you're all alive? Oh, thanks, Dead Nerf. The day certainly brightens up when the stream happens. Not that the day was bad, but it always just gets better. Because stream.
What you painting today, Jordan?
I am going to try and finish up this guy, the Sin Eater. I have the mouth to paint.
Yes, the one that I didn't realize was Rosie from Jetson until I
yes.
actually looked at the face.
Although I would be worried
I'm like,
if they're...
that does not look like Rosie, and then I see the face. I'm like, oh yeah, or
This mouth
whatever,
is
the mask, whatever.
is a little
That's not really a
creepy
face,
though.
right?
Oh, it is a face.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, see the teeth?
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like a helmet,
yeah.
but you can see the gums and the big teeth in there.
Gotcha.
It's really creepy and gross.
Norway, but lives in Sweden. Never been to Hawaii, but source says aloha in real life too.
Oh, perfect. Paint Liquor subscribed for 31 months. That's not a short period of time. Well, thank you, Paint Liquor. Who we got on here? I just think it's a nice way to say hello. I mean, you're not wrong. All right, let's knock this out. Let me get some red oxide for these nasty gums. Well, hello, Christopher. Taking some.
Emery
red
Burgess,
oxide.
what does that extra word mean? I don't think I've ever heard anything aloha by itself. I don't want to try and pronounce it because
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I avoided it for the same reason. I don't want to be mean and say it wrong.
Doesn't matter, Jordan.
I'm trying to find a good starting point for the bone color that I'm about to paint on that there stuff. So I'm pausing for a moment to think about what sort of color would work well with the rusty colors that I'm going to be putting on with a Noosh filter here in just a minute. So, you know what? That's a good idea. Drab brown it is.
That's the one you used.
It is, in fact, the one I used in my short. Look at this guy. Yeah, that does go without saying. Look at this Christopher guy. Just telling me how it's done.
Oh, that means good morning.
Oh, it means good morning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. You know what, Christopher? Good afternoon.
Well, Paint Liquor, no surprising, says hot pink.
Hot pink.
Always.
I appreciate your dedication to hot pink paint liquor. Because it truly is like some serious dedication at this point.
Paint Liquor had to be on YouTube yesterday, and
Oh no.
it was gray.
Uh-oh. That's no good.
Chuck. Hello.
This Chuck of the Mead Mans?
Yeah.
What's up, Chuck?
Chuck hates that.
Oh.
I'm sure it's
Hi.
been a lifelong thing.
Hi, Chuck. How are you doing this afternoon?
It was awful. Pure gray name. Uh-oh.
Chris is making noise. Are you breaking things over there, Christopher? Well, that's good.
Doing.
Well, I didn't say that he wasn't. He could still break stuff even if he's skilled. And Christopher, no, not me. Never gonna happen. Just gonna base coat all this stuff in drab brown.
Aw, Papa Chicken said, while I appreciate Paint Liquor's dedication to hot pink, I also just appreciate Paint Liquor.
Oh, very kind. It's like a hug. Gabe cursed it before he left, just to make your life more difficult. It's like, this tracks. So what's everybody up to today? Anybody doing some painting right now? Or is everybody just working still?
Painting and listening to nerds.
Nice. We like the nerd bit. That's important. This bit on the back of this model is gruesome. Feel so bad for whomever's head got chopped off. And arm and leg.
There's a head, an arm, and a leg. It's head and shoulders.
Head and shoulders. Got it. I mean, this person is missing a head. Oh, I guess 2 hands. And then half a leg.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then also is getting tied to
That's
this
okay,
thing by its entrails.
Without paint on it, it's a little bit hard for me to see, but now I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it will
It's
become
like
more alive.
Like hanging on the back, right? Like this?
Yeah, by its
Arms
entrails.
out, hanging on. Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh my.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah, it's gross. Nope, not the term I would have used, Christopher.
I'll just throw back
Yummy
my
is not
legs
an
and
appropriate
pollute
term
my
for that.
britches with delight.
Hey, Schmid.
Hey, Schmid.
68 months.
Oh my goodness. It's
That's
like
a
a
lot of
deluge of subs.
That's almost.
Alright, that's crazy.
On the bright side, does not need to buy shampoo. That's
Yeah, I mean that is accurate. Although I feel like in this war, shampoo is not quite easily accessible.
What's not?
The shampoo.
Well, he doesn't need it because
True.
that's the whole point of this.
Yep. Does still need deodorant though. Still got them armpits. Can't do anything about that.
Is he sweating much?
He's bleeding a lot. Does that count? I'm gonna pull a bit of a Jason here. I'm gonna undercoat the skin in purple. Although I'm gonna use dark plum because I am a dark plum fanboy. I just like it. Your 20-year-old who trolled me on Discord came to me yesterday asking to look through the minis you have so that they can do the December challenge.
Ooh.
Nice. Nice. Wait, are they trolling though? Or are they truly interested in participating?
No, it's the kid who trolled Game Delay on Discord.
Oh, okay.
The trolling was not asking.
Got it.
Bud, day 2 of Amy Mann and your favorite 2 hours of the day.
Oh.
Well, I hope that the 2 hours we stream is your favorite.
Bud,
It sounds like
great.
to me.
You're great, bud. Never change.
Okran working still, going shopping for annual Heroes Feast this weekend. Oh, like a friend's having fun. I like the name of it, Heroes Feast. I feel like you should all wear like fur and use those great big steins. Swifter Bear, we're feeding your painting purchase obsession.
Well,
Sorry, not sorry.
sorry. Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
Just stopped at the LGS for burgundy, blue, black, and dark ivory. Gonna try and do darker steel today for a hammer.
Nice.
Is that the recipe from the short?
What were the colors again?
Burgundy, blue, black, and dark ivory.
No.
Some of them are. Blue, black, and dark ivory weren't they?
Or
dark gray blue.
It was dark gray blue.
Dark gray blue and dark ivory. Dark ivory. Okay.
Yeah. And then the first color was black brown.
Black brown.
Mm-hmm.
Nerds everywhere as far as the eye can see. Oh, Papa Chicken points out that no deodorant can fix the smell of decaying entrails. That guy has bigger problems.
That is 100% accurate.
Game Delay said they're genuinely excited to do the challenge. They just want to get a bottle of Wizard's Butt to taunt me with, Baby J.
Oh, that's so funny.
But will that be the prize?
No, but it would be really funny to send Game Delay's kid a bottle of Wizard's Butt.
But Game Delay's so nice. Why would we do that?
Game Delay is wonderful
Jordan
and would also
is not
appreciate
on your
the
side,
joke.
Game Delay.
No.
I'm on your side.
I am on your side, Game Delay. But Game Delay would have to admit that that would be pretty funny.
Game Delay's attempt to leverage competition against the neighbors' kids.
Oh. Get everybody involved. We are excited about it.
Oh, Okran, you do a pirate party too? And have a whole collection of beer steins for that. Awesome. Yeah, that actually. Extrian, hello. Yeah, a long time.
What's going on,
We
Extrian?
can't see you, but you can see it. Neighbor kid needs motivation. Oh, but that's cool. Game Delay, you're saying that if your kid participates, it's actually going to make you more excited. I think
That is awesome.
hey, awkward. Not awkward on everyone's side.
That is accurate. Awkwardish is definitely.
Game Delay respects the joke so much that I'm with you, Jordan.
Yeah. See, I know my audience.
Actually, would that like just freak you out if a streamer was like, "I can see you"?
Yeah, that would be a little
They're
uncomfortable.
looking right into the camera. I see. You.
Yes, the you that's turning your head right now. That one.
Awkward Japan, you got the VOD. Everyone, it was really cool. There were a lot of really, really, including yours.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're recovering after some minor surgery. Oh, hope it's quick and easy. Back up.
Rest easy, rest well. May your recovery be swift and painless. Or pain light.
Gravity Magician said, I'm excited to print these out and paint them with my Monument Hobbies Pro Acrylic paints.
I know, me too. Wait a second. I'm doing that right now. I'm excited to see what everybody does with these as well.
Jordan has seen me, knows I have legs. I'm a real person who definitely paints his own.
Is that game delay?
Delay.
No. Not so.
Gravity Magician, I believe these were printed. Yes, we printed these.
We did print
Yes,
these. Yeah,
did print these.
we got the STLs early, and we're able to get them printed out ahead of time so that we could have some models here to show off, and to help promote that and to talk about it. We had the Trench Crusade team here on Monday, so if you missed that VOD, you should definitely go check it out. It was a great show.
Yeah, they were there for the whole stream.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours.
Yep. Lots of great conversations on there. Lots of cool, like, interesting information about the world. Lots of information about kind of the future of Trench Crusade and what that all looks like. So if you're interested at all and you didn't get a chance to be here on Monday, definitely check it out. You will not be sad that you did. But wait and do that after the stream today.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it like right now, because we like having you here right now.
Well, see, you got me all excited. I gotta watch the VOD. In 2 hours, you can watch it. Your Wednesday evening entertainment.
Yep. Remember all that time where we're not here actively
That's when
streaming?
you should watch it.
And you guys are like, dang, I wish I could have some more hobby content. That's the time.
There it is.
Colonel, hey, Jordan, you're sending yours. You're looking awesome. Thank you. I am very happy with how the Sin Eater is coming along. I am feeling very bad for this person who is unfortunately strapped to the back of it.
Now I can see.
Yeah, it's a little gruesome.
It's a rough day.
Yeah, rough day.
And we don't know where Jason is. He's here somewhere.
Jason is in fact in the building somewhere.
He's here. It's been a busy day.
Yes.
And Jason and I are both gone tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's wrapping things.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably be doing. We'll do this.
Well, thank you for being here, Jen.
Well, I don't have as much to do as Jason.
Fair. Well, we appreciate all that you do to get everything prepped ahead of time. What is it? He's just hitching a ride.
Piggyback ride.
This is the worst piggyback ride of his life.
Pretty rough looking.
Yeah, that's not a great looking piggyback ride.
I go. My greeting.
So I'm mixing in a little bit of advanced flesh tone into the dark plum, using that for this kind of first stage of this pinkish highlight. Trying to capture some of the raw pinkish skin. I'm going to put a whole bunch of blood on top of this as well when it's done, in true Trench Crusade fashion. Also, this model is like actually just covered in blood on the illustration. We're going to try out a fun mix for that.
Gravity Magician, it's totally appropriate to ask what colors are used in pauldron.
For these pauldrons?
Why we're here. Yeah, I
Yeah.
assume so.
True. I'm just making sure. The pauldrons are base coated in why do I want to say the wrong color right now? Magnesium. I don't know why I wanted to say mithril for some reason. My head's been stuck in Lord of the Rings land. Magnesium, and then on top of the magnesium, I did a flesh wash plus brown wash mix, 50-50 plus another 50% water to thin it down a little bit so it's not super strong. And then on top of that, I did a very, very light dry brush of silver. So that's what gets that kind of like sharp edge. And I did that over all of the armor here. And then I'm going to go over that here in a little bit with some noosh once I'm ready. And all the other bits and bobs of this are painted. And that will kind of cement everything together, make everything feel like it belongs.
Retro Mr. Liquid follow.
Thank you. Welcome.
And Marie Burgess inquiry. My Go Bag Evo is currently over full. Will I be able to fit the next 2 years of new paints in that and a half bag, or am I going to need 2 full-size bags? Okay, so if you're using the Evo as your full, like all-in-one storage workspace, everything, then you're going to need another one. If you've got a place to store your paint and you're just thinking of travel, then I mean, choices can be made. You just decide which 96 colors you want to take with you at any given time.
Yeah, it turns out 96 is a lot of colors.
But no, 96 plus 48 I don't think does it, right? No, because we're
already at like
we're already
129.
into the 48, so.
So we're a good amount of the way towards filling up a half bag already, and then we've already mentioned 24 other colors. So, and that's just the only things that we've announced so far. And then we've talked about the heavy bodies, which obviously are going to be a little different, but yeah, I would say either some swap out foam, or if you're looking to have everything fit in another bag, then I would do another big bag.
Gravity Magician said, "Oh, it is true metallic. I'm so used to everyone doing non-metallic on magnesium, favorite metal, and I."
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. We do a lot of non-metallic metal, mostly when we're working on like more kind of display level stuff. This is all more tabletop-y, and we really wanted to grime and grunge it up a bunch, and true metallic metals work so well for that sort of technique. You can see kind of, for example, on like this guy that I did, like that true metallic metal has a nice little bit of shine to it, but it's got that dirty, grimy feel. You can see it again on this guy, right? On that gun. You know, this is just, it makes it so simple and quick to be able to get really nice results.
Colonel said, "So when are you guys planning on releasing paint number 14? I said, using it on yesterday's stream. Would like to get my hands on it as I have a list of the paints for my next order. Won't be in time for your next order, probably, if you're planning on making that anytime soon."
Mm-hmm.
Is that part? No, what?
It's one of the 24.
Okay.
It's one of the 24.
Okay,
yeah.
so
yes.
March.
Yeah.
Around Adepticon?
That is
Colonel?
my understanding.
Yeah. Ghost Hunter said, "You just need 5 colors to paint all of the colors."
Well, hold on. While you're not technically
Is that
incorrect,
how you do it, Ghost Hunter?
Yeah. Do you use 4 colors to paint everything?
Clearly said, I'm pretty sure those 24 other colors mentioned don't exist. I may change my mind about that if I actually get shelves for Christmas, then I could rearrange and make room for.
Well,
So you're just in denial about this. They do
I mean,
exist. You've seen them.
I can
You're
see.
just in denial because you don't have space for them.
I
is
can
what
see
I'm
at least
hearing.
12 of them on a desk right now. So I'm feeling pretty good about them actually existing. Also, like, I'm very excited about these colors as well. So it's not like we're just going to forget to release them. We're all pretty excited about them. So, I mean, they're also just new colors, and I like having new colors to paint with. As it turns out, we make pretty good colors. Like number 14, that which has no name.
How could you? That's the. Hey, Kool-Aid said got a werewolf painted.
Nice.
No, I think that's a question. Is it a question? Hey,
Oh!
Kool-Aid? Like, do we have
Oh!
one, or are you saying that you did one?
There is a werewolf. It is on Jason's desk right now. I do not have it primed. We also have a artillery witch over there as well, which I am very excited to paint up. But that will probably have to wait until next week, potentially. But I'm definitely super duper excited about all this stuff.
Kimberly said, I can't see those 12 paints, Jordan. Also, I can't see your legs.
Well,
Maybe we'll all gain something after I get shelves this Christmas. I'll get paints, you'll get legs. How are your shelves going to give Jordan legs?
Also,
and that would give him 4.
I already have legs.
It would give him at least 3. What? But you're saying legs, plural. So he already has 2.
Yeah.
That would give him 4. Who needs 4 legs?
I really would probably prefer to not have 2 more legs.
Yeah, that just seems like a lot of extra work.
You know what? I'd have to wear 2
Figuring
pairs
out
of
the
pants every day.
Yeah.
Like, that
that's
sounds
just a mess.
like a huge pain in the butt. Or a pain in the leg. Pain in the leg.
Colonel, so around March, yes. Like Adepticon is end of March. But I'm definitely not in time for my next order, but I do have 8 individual paints on the list. I need to add more. Take advantage of the bundle deal. The bundle deal hits at 8. So, I mean, I'm not going to discourage you from adding more, but you got it if you're at 8 already. Is there an ETA for the release date dropping? Yeah, Adepticon. Are you asking about the Gravity Magician? What are you asking? The release of what? Our paint that he's talking about? March. Shelves won't get legs. They'll just get me out of denial. If Baby J had 4 legs, he could be a reverse Dr. Octopus.
Nope, definitely don't want that in my life. That guy was a bad guy.
Colonel said, wait, Jordan, you are not letting Jason paint the werewolf and the artillery witch,
Heck
right?
no.
As both are part of your Heretic Legion?
I'm painting those things. Thank you very much. They're just not primed and they're on his desk right now.
No, I don't blame you. And again, I'm not trying to discourage you. Shop away. Get them all.
Yeah, I mean, please, if you're interested in buying stuff, go ahead and buy the whole range.
Yes.
You will not hear us say no.
Hemlock Trails Disc Golf Course. That's quite a name, and it sounds like a lot of fun. Just received your starter set. The paints are ridiculous.
Nice.
That's awesome. Did you get the 12 color starter set with the 3 brushes, or did you get the base set, or did you make your own? Cthulhu SARS said, I think Jordan should dedicate time to showing us all how to paint 2 Christmas Nights boxes. That seems very specific.
What? Oh, geez. Wait. Who said that?
Cthulhu SARS.
Cthulhu SARS. That's very specific. I wonder if this might be somebody who I know.
I was gonna say, is this someone who I thought it was very specific.
Well, I've been talking to Grant about this very thing.
Oh, is that Grant?
I don't know. Is it Grant?
Grant, is that you?
Because Grant has. If this is not Grant, it's hilarious. Because Grant literally came up to me.
Stars is a golden liar.
I'm at lunch. It is.
Oh, it's Grant.
Okay. I was like,
Grant,
if this
you've
is
been
not.
watching our stream long enough to have a golden liar tag? What is that? That's a long time.
Oh, that's funny.
Right? Am I right or am I wrong?
What?
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, Grant came up to me the other day. He's like, hey, so I have these two things, these two boxes of a bunch of nights, and I want to get them done by the 16th.
Okay.
This is a lot of model to get done
Okay.
in 16. I was like, he's like, can it be done? And can you help me with the recipe? And I was like, well, it can definitely be done and it'll look nice. There's a process for this that we got to go through. And I've been helping him kind of come up with ideas for it. So, I gave him the kind of the breakdown of the recipe the other day when we were at lunch, and he's excited about the project, and I'm excited to help him kind of go through that process. The same process that I used when I was painting my my Titans for Adeptus Titanicus, which is basically just a smaller scale version of a similar sort of shaped and sized model. So I think the strat that we have will work really well for what he's doing.
Bud wants to know if Eclectic Salmon is coming soon. Is that part of the 20?
It is not.
No. So probably no, unfortunately. Soon.
I mean, it's definitely.
It's still.
To my understanding, it's something that Jason wants to.
Yeah,
wants
no,
to do,
because there's
so.
still. I know he's. That too, but we're not. Doc Ock did nothing wrong. He was just. Montreal's got the base set. That's awesome.
Nice.
Game really said, I want to meet the person who buys the entire Procro line except for white.
That probably doesn't happen. Unless they already own white. If they bought white as like a tester paint, which happens, and then they go, man, really should have bought the rest of the range.
Else.
And then they buy everything else.
Does the bundle deal includes regular paint plus texture? No. The bundle deal is just for the 22 ml bottles. So that includes all of the colors plus the washes. That's a bundle deal. And then brushes, 4 or more individual brushes. And then, no, it's the Color Forge that has 3, has a discount.
And you're just talking about our standard like custom
Just
set.
build your own bundle.
Yeah. Yep.
But the basing textures and rattle cans are not part of the bundle.
Correct.
Hoosiers, hello, iterator. Savage said white and jade or my Pro Acryl colors.
Nice.
Those are 2 good ones.
We had a ton of people use jade for the challenge last month. I was very excited to see it. Jade is such a great color. Ugh. Poor guy.
I'm wondering what that is. I'm sure that they maybe multiple. But Camry said, every time I see someone buying a ton of evil but necessary paint in the store, suggests they try the Procro White to compare.
Nice. Get
Was
them.
that going to say they usually do? They usually come back for the rest. That's awesome. So you work in a store that carries our stuff. That's awesome. Store.
I want some too.
Any thoughts on spray can primer gloss?
Spray can blah blah blah.
A gloss.
We do not have a spray gloss. We do have a airbrush gloss.
Right. Does Colorforge have a spray gloss?
No.
So I think the answer, Bud, is that Jordan and I don't know if this is a plan.
No, I do not.
We can ask Jason.
Jason is the man who knows all of the things about the specific product things. I do not always know these things. I know a lot of things, but I do not know everything.
He said, I think Bunions and Cabbage is my new favorite yet very concerning Twitch handle. You get some good ones.
We really do.
It's kind of favorite.
Added a little bit of tan flesh to that previous advanced flesh tone, just to brighten the skin up a little bit. Also wanted to make it a little bit more pale, which is why I went with the brighter color instead of doing something more like a warm flesh tone or something like that on top of the advanced flesh tone.
So you don't work at the store, but you just spend a lot of time there? Have a fun place that they enjoy spending time.
We definitely love to hear when our partner local game stores are getting supported. They are doing a lot of hard work to provide a place for all of you guys to go and hang out and hobby and play games and things like that. So we love to have them get support. Poor guy. Bud, you paint at work? That's cool. Added a little bit more tan flesh this time. Brightening it up. Hoosiers are trying to get your new local game store to carry us. Vlado told them I'd spend quite a bit there if they did. Nice. Need to work on my human flesh tones. That guy went from red to very normal color really quick. Yeah, it's all just about laying in your foundational color to support the skin tones above it, right? Because skin has a whole bunch of different colors that are a part of it. You got greens, you got yellows, you got reds and blues and purples. and incorporating colors like that into the skin as you're painting up to it. So these like normal skin tone-y colors works really, really well. Also, advanced flesh tone is just a wonderful bridge color for that sort of thing. Chris. Oh, the funny things that come out of that office. I laugh.
What happened? Oh, I can't hear.
Oh, he's going, Babaloo.
Oh, Jason?
No, Chris.
Oh.
It's so funny.
When you support your local store, they do carry Pro Curl, but you can't hobby there. Is it too noisy? The magic, yelling, excitement. An hour and a half break.
That's cool. Perfect timing.
Downside to not having a dedicated hobby area, my work desk is always covered in mini out of sight for Zoom calls. Go bag Evo. Zip it all up, put it away.
Perfect for that.
Workspace, hold your paint, hold your tools, you can even hold your lamp. When the Zoom time comes along, you just zip it up, move it out of sight. Easy. Zoom's over, put it back on your desk and get. Dazin said that model's looking good, baby J.
Thanks, Sazin. Appreciate that very much. Hi, Mr. Jason.
Uh-oh. A chair day for. It's on. It works.
Kick back
Okay.
and relax.
We got a couple of questions.
Okay.
So one
Let's
question,
do it.
first question that came in from Gravity Magician is, where do you like to use advanced flesh tone? Care to incorporate it? LOL. I finally tried Payne's Gray instead of Dark Shadow Flesh this.
So my personal preference, and I just really love the color, so I use it a lot. It tends to be a really good mid-tone color for me when I'm doing skin tones for almost any sort of skin tone. There's some outliers where if I'm doing like a more undead flesh and things like that, I'll use a different color. But generally speaking, I find that advanced flesh tone has like a really nice warmth to it that works, but can be kind of incorporated into the paler skin tones as well, but still read like a little bit of like warmth to the flesh. But you can also build it up into more of the like, caramely Mediterranean style skin tone type thing, olive skin tones, things like that would work really, really well off of that. So it's a really flexible color that can go in a lot of different directions, which is why I use it a lot.
Swifter Bear, that is exactly what we're saying. You can definitely use the stream to convince your wife to buy you a go bag.
I mean, yeah. Just have her pop in the stream. We'll convince her.
And,
Is my microphone on?
nope. Share. I never know if you're right or left. Hold on. Try it now.
Oh, no.
Okay, now it's on.
Now.
Ooh, very loud.
Ooh, very loud.
I didn't test that as loud as I could have because I saw you putting the headphones on. I was like, "Hello, Jen."
Colonel said it took me a while to figure out why they call you Baby J. No, you're not. While watching a past stream, realized that we are all J's, and Jason was here first, and
Yep.
so
Henceforth, I am
he was
Baby
the
J.
original J, and then Jordan has been here for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March, but he is the younger, so Baby J.
I am Jay the Younger.
Then I have a question from Anna Red.
Okay.
Said, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? When I'm painting, my minis always look much shinier than Jordan's. I do not get that matte finish. Is it just the camera? I do thin the paints a little when needed. I use mainly Pro Curl, but I notice it with others.
So other paints are going to be different, right? So all of our paints are designed to be hyper matte right out of the bottle. Some colors are more or less satin based on the pigments that we use for them.
Thank you.
But we try to get them as matte as possible. What will happen is the more water and the more things you mix into those colors, the less that matte is going to be as effective. So you can have a matte paint become a little bit more satin when you mix a lot of water into it and things like that. So what I could suggest is perhaps thin your paints less. Pro Curl is really fantastic because it works right out of the bottle without significant thinning. Jason and I both use basically just moisture on the brush when we're adding water to the paint. There's
Dirty.
very, very, very little.
Dirty tap water.
Dirty tap water.
Jason has especially dirty tap water.
We are. I am not ashamed to say, chat, that we are severely lazy painters.
We really are.
Pro Acryl is built for you if you are also a lazy painter and you would rather just put the brush in the paint and the paint on the model than fiddle around on your palette, because all that's nonsense. We make paint that is meant to use right out of the bottle.
And yes, everyone's saying that Jordan is also young. That is accurate. He's much younger than me. I think Jordan was born 1990.
Yeah.
2013 or something
3 years
like that.
after I graduated
Hold on,
from
I'm
high
not Gabe.
school.
I'm not Gabe. Hold
I was
on.
like born in
So I could
2013,
be-
2012. Something like
I
that.
could be. I mean, like if I had children, I could have a child that's even older than Jordan.
I feel like it would be on the like.
Well,
I would've been a
huzzah,
team mom.
huzzah.
Yeah, you would've
Dude, we
been
could be your
on the young
legs
side
and
for.
flip
We could
my
definitely
britches
do
with
that.
delight.
The shame of Monument Hobbies is I think Jen and I could hang out with everybody's parents here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gabe's parent, one of his parents works
Works
here,
here,
and we'd
yeah.
hang out with her.
Yeah. You guys know her.
To be fair though, I also like hanging out with her too
Yeah,
because
she's
she's
great.
pretty awesome.
She's great.
Super Shannon.
Check out
Super
hello.
Shannon is right.
I walked by her today. She was shoved up in the paint racks, like feet dangling out,
Uh-oh.
Oh,
reaching back to grab paints underneath the shelves, and it was the biggest awkward position. I was like, Shannon, everything okay?
Uh-oh.
She just started laughing.
The ones in the fulfillment?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
bottom row.
Those are not stable.
She was on the bottom row. So.
Still. Kimberly said, "Oh dear, I just realized those are intestines and not something sane keeping that
Oh,
corpse on his back."
oh that.
Oh no, those are
We talked about that.
ropes from
Yep.
the inside.
Yeah, we
Yep.
talked about that earlier.
One could call them.
When I type it out loud, I realize this comment is ridiculous.
I like how Game Delay's comments are always a stream of conscious.
Yes.
Yep.
You can see where the thought starts.
Yep.
He mobilizes through. Sometimes he interrupts and says, "I don't know why I'm continuing on this vein of thought," and then finishes.
Continues.
And then he finishes.
Panic Bomb said, "I change my water cup like once every 3 months."
That's Jason.
Flapjack just got out of a work meeting. What did I miss? All of it.
Yep. Missed everything.
I'm eating a Nature Valley sweet and salty nut.
Those are pretty good.
It makes it sound like there's just a salty nut in here.
I mean, is it salty? Is it nutty?
It is salty and nutty. They are pretty good.
Colonel, I don't know. Jordan's not a big fan of comedy.
Me?
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
I didn't know how to laugh.
as much as we would love to think that he would enjoy George Carlin, Sam Kinison, and Rodney Dangerfield, I don't know that he would.
I would probably appreciate it. It wouldn't be my go-to to consume. I like stand-up.
Well, George Carlin had great stand-up. Sam Kinison yells a lot.
That sounds funny.
Yelled a lot. Actually, all three of those guys are dead. Won't find anything current. I'll be vintage.
Kind of got a Neo. Awesome.
Sweet.
Glad you're loving it. Both the bags are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
absolute must-haves if you want to go paint anywhere other than your house.
Yeah.
And very, very good for people that do not have dedicated painting stations in their
We were
house.
just talking about this. That's right about when you came in. Someone said, so I can use the stream to convince my wife that I need a bag.
Yep.
Yes.
You can.
100%.
Because
We'll do the heavy lifting too.
someone had said it's such a pain because when I have to have a Zoom meeting, I have to pack everything up, put it away. And that's when I was like, Evo, need it. Someone earlier asked if the Evo would last for the next 2 years, or if they would need to get a Neo or another Evo. And I said, because we're already.
Wait. Is the question if it will hold all the paints?
Yeah.
It already doesn't hold all the
No,
paints.
I know.
Correct. Yeah.
The goal originally was to allow you to take 96 paints. More than
Right.
96 paints weighs too much, and I'm a lazy painter. I'm not taking that much.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said, are you using this as a tool for storage and workspace at home, or are you using it for transportation purposes? And if you're using it as a transport method, then you need to make some choices about what you want to take with you. You don't need to take all of the paints with you. And for your project.
Yeah, it's just like not feasible to take that.
I'm gonna let you read this one, Jason, right here.
Flapjack says, all I'm hearing is salty nuts, and that seems on brand for the stream.
Accurate.
Flapjack has been here long enough to understand us now.
Yep.
I just learned Grant has been watching our stream long enough to have the golden liar
What?
tag.
Our Grant?
Yeah.
Our Grant.
How long is that?
A golden liar
Yeah.
tag? 2 years? I think it's 2 years.
Long enough.
Because then it's diamond. Or maybe gold is 1 year. I don't remember. But what if I do need to carry all the paints with multiple go bags?
Yeah.
All the go bags. 2 go bags would do you, but I want video of you carrying that.
Salty nuts and eating bananas while staring into the camera.
Awkwardly.
That's what you get here. Monument Hobby.
I mean,
Awkwardly.
you get the banana. That's already happened.
My bananas, in the old days, bananas used to come with an instruction manual, and the instruction manual said, always peel slowly and make eye contact.
Gold is 3 years subbed. Okay. That's Grant.
From watching the stream, I've learned that Jason likes edging and salting. I said that out loud.
So you don't read these things in your head first. Like
I gotta vet these. I gotta
just
vet
skipped
these
right
better.
over that one.
Ghost Hunter just spit out whatever he was drinking because I said it out loud. He's like, got him. Got you guys. And girls, because there's some I dread to say ladies in here who will try to pull the fast one on us too.
And if you're over a year and not yet a liar, I think it has to be all in a row. Maybe.
Baby J is painting the worst piggyback ride ever.
Yeah.
True.
100%.
Not a fan of this
Did not
piggyback
sign
ride.
up for this. Where's my head? Dude, where's my head?
There's more than just your head that's missing.
Dude, where's my head?
He ate it. It
Run
ate it.
marathons carrying two go bags doesn't sound that hard. I'm not carrying them for a whole marathon though.
Exactly.
As somebody who has carried a go bag full of stuff on many, many trips through many, many airports, I can tell you, carrying 2 of them.
Well, but you don't carry them full of paint in the airport, Jordan.
No,
You can't
but
carry that much paint in there.
but even then, walking through there, tiring enough. Having that with all paint and times 2,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Okran says it best. Says, I use my Evo to carry a full array of paints, my lamp, a box of minis, source books, and my laptop. Thing is no joke. The
Right.
Evo is a
Yeah, it's
beast. I
amazing.
did not design the Evo to take life lightly.
Nope.
The Evo was designed to go where you need it to go, last, and carry all the fun stuff. Now, the problem with that is that we made it so good that people overload it.
Yeah.
It's like I learned, because I'm not a bag designer by trade. what I have learned in the world of building the best hobby bag is that if you build it, they will fill it.
Yes, they
Yeah.
will.
And so
That's
if
accurate.
you
Sometimes
put
if you build it, they will overfill it.
every extra inch of space that I dreamed of in that bag gets filled to the gills. We have seen people at shows that have stuff poking out with the zipper not closing correctly. And I'm like, just pray that shoulder strap
Yeah.
stays on there.
Definitely use the handle. That's your friend.
Yeah. Yeah,
Painter
lift
man
from the
purse.
handle. If it fits, I sits. Exactly.
If it
I
fits,
sits.
I sit. Oh.
It is the painter man purse.
It's actually
yes.
bigger than a purse. Even like my big bag is not as big.
He has a pretty big bag, but the Evo is bigger.
Here you go. Number one reason why you should get bag, and your wife should let you get bag.
So if more paints are coming, when are we getting the Evo with wheels? So I will tell you this. The Evo has gone through a lot of transition in design from what I originally drew on literally the back of a napkin. I can't lie. The original
Truly.
Evo was drawn at a restaurant with Jen and I on the back of a napkin. And as I was saying, you know what I'd really like to do? Because the Go Bag's been around forever. It was just a square, single cubic foot bag that we designed. And then I said, I want it to do more. I want it to be more ergonomic. I want it to be a bit more, and to be a more utilitarian workstation as opposed to a bag you have to figure out what to do with when you get there, like every other bag out there. And so we made the Evo, but the Evo's gone through a lot of changes. And the thing I'll tell you is that to get one that's like a rolling bag, that's expensive. It's a total different world. And I've learned so much in that design space because in order to make like those cheap, rollerboard bags for taking on airplanes, the places they skimp are not places I'm willing to skimp to make that bag worth, like you can buy them for like $80.
But they do make little, like, really small things that, like, open up as, like, a luggage carrier.
Yeah.
Like a little mini cart thing.
Yeah.
So we have a couple questions. One, I'm going to read both of them because they're both quick, but Jordan, So
Great.
Isophis said, what recipe are you using for the skulls? And then Zazin would like to know the workup for the metallics that you did.
Yep. So the skulls are like the easiest thing in the world. It's literally 2 colors, 3 steps. It's drab brown. Mix a little bit of bone into the drab brown for your second, for your highlight, and then bone. Done. 1, 2, 3, done. 2 colors.
Too easy.
Too easy. Because I'm going to put a Noosh filter on top of all of this, and that's going to add a bunch more detail and a bunch more color filter to it. So you really don't need any more than just like a couple of stages of base coat and highlight. The other one for the metallics is also very easy. It's actually very similar to the workup that Jason did on his. It's magnesium.
Always stealing my ideas.
A little bit of a variation.
Always stealing my ideas.
Hey, they're easy and they're
Stealing
good.
my ideas.
You should be proud
Stealing.
that somebody would take your
This
ideas.
is theft, Chad. Theft.
Well,
This
But-
is why
but-
you
but
don't
you know
ever
what
tell
you
your
do?
friends
You know what you want to
what
do, though?
colors you used.
Is you want to share it with the community.
I do. I thought it was a great plan.
This is why you don't tell people what colors you used.
Well, I'm telling them. So,
We don't gatekeep
Ah.
here. You ask the questions.
Oh, wait a
give you
minute.
the
We make
answers.
paint, don't we? Dang.
Baby J taking after Bob J.
Dang.
So it's magnesium. I mixed a wash of brown wash and flesh wash, which is a little different than I think what Jason did. I think you did black wash only, if I recall, on your magnesium.
I don't tell you my colors anymore.
Okay, he did a black wash. I did the other 2 washes mixed together, because I wanted more of that kind of like rusty brown color. And then after that's all dry, just a really light dry brush of silver over the top. Easy. Bing, bang, boom, done.
It's so easy. It makes it with using our metallics especially. It just makes everything that you want to do in the space of metal, whether you're doing golds or silvers, just too easy. And then when you do the noosh over the top, whether you do rust or verdigris on copper or whatever it is, it just comes out too good.
Yep. Yeah,
Jordan,
it's
I want you to
spectacular.
look at Jason and I want you to say this. I want you to repeat this after me.
Do not do what she's telling you to do.
I learned it from watching you.
I learned it from watching you.
This is why I didn't come home after getting cigarettes that night.
Jen?
Good job.
Cool.
This is-
I put a little bit of
This is
Been on
why.
it,
This
too.
is why Daddy goes to the corner store for milk and smokes. this is it, folks. This is it, folks. This is how this works. I learned
No.
it from you.
I don't know if Jordan got it. I don't know if all of you guys got it, but some of you got it.
Somebody out there got it.
Some
I
of
got
you
it.
out there got it.
I got it.
Was I acting out a part from a movie?
No.
Oh. I don't
He
get it.
didn't get it.
Classic. You didn't get it. It's a classic PSA about saying no to drugs.
Just
Oh.
say no to drugs.
The dad finds like a shoebox of weed under the kid's bed.
Gets mad at the kid.
Gets mad. The kid's like, and then he's like, "Where did you learn how to do this?" And the
I
kid's
learned it from
"I
watching
learned it
you."
From watching you. From you, Dad. I learned it from watching you.
This
It's
is why
all
you
your fault, Dad.
chat. This is why you lock your children out of the house at night, so they can't learn your bad
This is
habits.
what basements were for.
Yes, this is why you keep your kids locked in the basement so they can't learn your bad habits. This is going to spurn another like Twitter conversation about how Monument Hobbies promotes locking your children in the basement or something like that.
Oh yeah, they're just gonna clip that one little part of you.
It's like random out of context. Or no remembers that PSA.
Yeah. We talked about doing a
Colonel's like,
ad
you guys are killing me.
based on that.
Oh, Colonel, you don't even know. This
Deadbeat
is a-
artist, hello. I'm sorry your
calm
face
day.
hurts. What happened?
Yeah.
Probably laughing.
Were you
Deadbeat
out in
artist
the
said my
cold?
face hurts.
I feel like maybe you were out in the cold, windy day or
I
something.
feel like you're not telling that joke right. The joke is, hey, Deadbeat, does your face hurt? And you go, why, yes, it does. I go, because it's killing me. But and then the drum plays in the distance. It goes, but
Did Jason just make a dad joke? Dang. He really is a fan of dad jokes.
So the problem with that commercial is that the box had almost every drug out there. No wonder the dad was mad. The kid was taking all of his drugs.
Yeah, see, that's theft. This is why I said this is why Dad goes to the corner store.
Hoosiers, we don't condone either of those.
What's that?
Locking children or locking them. Neither one is fine. No, we say no.
Hey, Fooker, what's going on?
Monument told me to keep my kids in the basement. I assume it's so they can't eat my paint. I mean, if you need to keep them away from your paint, I'm not saying to lock them down there, but
They're definitely doing something they shouldn't be doing if they're eating your paint.
but we don't have a corner store.
Dad, we don't have a corner store.
I'm wishing one into existence
The
right
Hoosiers
now.
is like, I was here for the children eating stream.
Oh my gosh. That's a bit of a deep cut.
That
but
was
that's pretty
Jen that
funny.
said
We
that,
didn't
by the
say
way.
we do it though.
That was Jen that said that, by the way.
No. Jason's sitting on the chair right here. Kruger.
Kruger
I just
says,
did
I've always
the-
done the most
yeah.
amazing effect ever. Is Jason around? I done the blood drops effect with the airbrush and the paintbrush with the bloody red paint. And how did it turn out? Because it's
Turned
amazing. Because it's amazing.
Turned amazing. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, right. It's so much fun, and it gives you the true randomness of like that splatter effect. And you can start seeing like you can do it for mud. It works exceptionally well as mud splatter on vehicle tank treads and stuff like
Yep.
that. You can see how it's not just blood. It's anytime you need to do like a splatter effect of anything. I use it, like I said, a lot of times for mud on vehicles or on like the legs and feet. We may do that a little bit on these guys too with like that mud effect from standing in the trenches and all that.
Blood Walrus, I thought you were just saying hello to me. Hello. They said that I think there have been a few children eating. No, we have not eaten children on stream, for sure.
Oh, hi, Blood Walrus.
Don't
I
do
talked to you
that.
earlier. Hello.
Game Delay says, okay, you're not supposed to lock your kids in the basement, but what if they get a bottle of Wizard's Butt and taunted you with it?
So here's the thing, Game Delay. I believe you said earlier
Oh,
that the kid is 20.
I'm on board for sending Game Delay's kid a bottle of Wizard's Butt that Game Delay can't have.
Game Delay,
So-
what did you do to get Baby J so angry with you?
Nope. This
Because
is
he was
great.
very serious when he just looked at me and told me that.
No, but I believe Game Delay said that the kid in question is 20 years old. So therefore, an adult.
Oh.
You treat him differently now.
Yeah, but locking adults in the basement has a totally different like
That's true. That's also kind of bad.
effect
so.
that goes along with it. You can say "oops" when it's your kids. It's kidnapping when it's an adult.
Jason, I'm not sure you
Why is
can
it
say
kidnapping
oops.
when you take an adult, but
Exactly.
not? Is it kidnapping when you take a kid?
Pretty sure it
Yes.
is also
Oh.
It is
kidnapping.
kidnapping.
Okay.
I wouldn't know because
Can
I've never
Sophis
done
do
it.
the splatter trick with canned air?
Sure. Yeah, and actually that might be a really cool way. I would test it first because that canned air can come out in a hell of a force. We're only doing like 22 psi. Like our airbrush won't clean your keyboard, so the canned air stuff is at a higher velocity.
Yeah.
So you might want to hold it back a little bit further. I would just test the distance you need to have the can from the brush to get it to work right. But it might work. It might even work better, right? Because it does have such a high velocity burst of air right at the beginning.
You'll definitely get a good splatter from it. That's for sure.
Also, their room is the basement, so it's not a punishment.
Oh, their room is the basement. That's where their shackles are, is what I just heard. All right, kids, the work for the day is done. Take your slice of ham and
Go to your room.
and piece of Wonder Bread and go to the basement.
That's the thing, is like but sending kids, because they have all the things in their room.
I was going to say, unless you turn the electricity off to the
Yeah.
room. I feel like all
Cut the
kids' rooms
Wi-Fi.
need a switch on the outside of the room so they can go in, you can close the door, and then turn the power off to the
Well, they're
room.
like Wi-Fi. You can turn off Wi-Fi for certain
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
They can't.
true. I would be a horrible dad.
Ellis Deweese, what was the purple that you used on the new Antioch Pilgrims yesterday?
It's the
purple?
Trench Pilgrims, and it's just royal purple.
Royal purple.
Yeah, royal purple as a base.
Theoretically, you could do it by blowing through a straw at your brush. I think we talked about that too. Yeah,
Yep,
like a little
I talked
cocktail
about that. You
straw.
can use it as blowing through a straw. Yep, you could accidentally sneeze.
Thumb across a toothbrush.
Yeah, the toothbrush way is tough because it tends to send paint all over the place, so it's better on larger scale.
Yeah, it does. It goes at a really weird angle when you use your thumb on a toothbrush.
It definitely can. It's just going to give you splatter on a bigger area, so better for mud on vehicles and things like that, right?
Game delay, yeah, that's a conundrum for sure. They said my office is, if I lock them down there, that's just making it easier to taunt me with.
No.
And if you use a straw, don't inhale. Yeah.
Don't inhale through the straw. Booker says, get any games of Trench Crusade in, guys? Not till the armors are done. We don't play with unpainted miniatures here.
True.
Toad, that's awesome. Toad said I gave my youngest son the "Don't Eat the Paint" sticker. He put it on his agenda, and his art teacher loved it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And Hairdo, hello.
Hairdo.
Hello, Hairdo.
Hairdo.
Oh yeah.
Hoosier says, okay,
DJ.
instructions clear. Lock kid in room and cut power. Got it. Tay, you can tell them we sent you.
No.
Well,
So
Don't do
there's
that.
this stream on. There's these people on the internet.
Jason, no.
So this is the answer to everything, by the way. Is if you ever get in trouble, chat, what you do is you look them right in the eye and say, okay, so the people on the internet told me to do this. That's what you do. You just give them a dead stare and you say, those people on the internet told me to do this. And we, of course, are those people on the internet. And we would admit that,
have to
yes,
be
we did, in
specific.
fact, say that it's okay to do that. You know,
But you
That's
don't have
fine.
to be specific because there's lots of people on the internet,
that's fine.
and lots of people get their information.
Why did I say Hairdo with such a downer voice? What? What? I didn't. I said hi, Hairdo. I said it a little lower because I missed it as it scrolled off, and I meant to say it when I saw you say hello, and then it scrolled off. So I was a little bummed with myself for not being quick enough. Big applause.
Paint influence made me.
Using this
I learned it on the Googles.
dark orange brown on the teeth.
People on the internet do wild things, y'all. Oh, yes they do. Yes they do. Hairdo says, I got my feelings hurt.
Well, here, I can fix that.
Uh-oh. What's she doing? She's typing something, Hairdo. What's she typing? I am not responsible for anything Jen's about to do.
What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. I'm right there with you. I'm scared too, Hairdo.
It's just a hug.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just,
That's all.
it's
give you a
just a hug.
She gave you a hug.
So if it said awkwardish panda, you're on the internet.
Did you hear that Awkwardish is doing another snow globe?
What?
For the December challenge?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, Wadsmana makes a good point. I'd argue that there aren't many people on the internet, relatively speaking. It's like 95% bots at this point.
I am a bot. I live in an
He is a bot.
I am one of the bots in the Matrix. I've decided.
What an interesting bot.
Do we really want to interact with flesh bags? I saw somebody today. It was about a video game, and they were arguing on the internet, as people do, about said video game. And it was about whether or not this particular part of the game, why you had to play multiplayer to enjoy it. What about solo players? It was that whole conversation that most of us know about.
Yeah.
And one person came in and says, "Well, yeah, I would rather it be solo because I don't want to deal with people." I could hear this person saying that as it was typed out. I was like, I don't want to deal with real people.
Like,
That's why I'm at home on the computer.
Yeah. Have you met real people?
It's like, have you been out in the world? Is chat real people?
I mean,
They're make believe. They're part of the Matrix.
I like chat. I like you guys.
There have been people who have approached guys in person claiming to be someone from
chat. That's also
but how
true.
do we really know?
And some of them even know things that happen in chat, so it kind of makes their story more believable.
But
Like
how
that
do
one
you
guy,
really
that Big
know?
Bobzilla guy. He
Yep.
always shows up with chocolate milk and apple pie
Right? Isn't that a little...
and like cookies.
Yeah, what the heck is with that?
Specific.
Trying to buy
So
our
some
favorite-
guy named Big Bobzilla in chat will say, "I'm going to see you there, and I'm bringing chocolate milk." And then some guy in real life shows up.
Paid actor, like Orno said.
Paid actor.
Some paid actor shows up in real life and says, off of a 3x5 card, "Hi, my name is Big Bobzilla, and I've been told to hand you this." And they hand you chocolate milk, which makes it seem believable that the people on the internet may be kind of real.
He's a 7 honk kind of day, Wad. School bus, right?
How about them teeth? Gross.
Harry says, "I've got a lot of offers for requests for followers on Twitch that you can change for money. I'll
Right.
pay you some monies and you give me some follows."
Time.
A 7 honk kind of day. What?
Time.
I feel like the school bus honks for the kid or something.
Oh, okay.
I remember this from a while back.
Okay, that makes sense now.
All right, Jason.
What does that make Jade and Chuck? Jade wants to know.
Of what? What do you mean? They are also those people that are
Paid
sort of
actors.
making it hard to come to grips with the fact that the internet might actually have real people in it. Because Jade and Chuck show up,
Well, and yeah, and they're
right? And
Video
the people that show up
testimonials.
calling themselves Jade and Chuck know the same things that the people on the
They
chat
even
do.
bake the cookies.
These people are like the triple whammy.
Mhm.
They talk about it here, then on that Discord thing we have,
Mhm.
they post pictures of what they talk about in chat,
Yep.
and then they make it real and bring it to us in person.
Yep. Yep.
I'm nearly convinced
Scary.
people on the internet might be real.
uh
Nearly convinced.
News filter, Jason. Which color? What do you think?
Purple.
No.
It'll look much better, believe me. Trust me.
hot pink.
Look into my eyes.
I did that
Trust
for you,
me.
Paint Liquor.
I'm going with her now. Hot pink.
We both did that for you, Paint Liquor. Flip said orange oxide. Oh, he's actually.
He's going to do it. Philip says orange oxide, so I think that's your choice. Damn, he just broke his bottle.
That's
He's just
right.
throwing
No.
paints around.
I didn't break the model.
Wad Tomatoes honks.
Christopher did.
Christopher did.
There's a special needs kid that gets dropped off, and the bus honks for the parents to come out and get the kid. And it took 7 honks.
The parents were hiding the drugs. Parents were hiding their drugs so that they didn't have a chance to have that point in life where their kid goes, "I learned it from you."
Okay, Source has a question.
I bring stories full circle. It's what I do.
Source said, I really struggle with making wrappings on handles of weapons look good.
Mhm.
Give the contrast. Any tips you could show?
Wait, one more time?
like the leather wrapping on the haft of a hammer or something, being able to do that. The biggest issue there is that you are blending in such a small area because each one of those wraps is like maybe it's a couple millimeters wide. So you really have to make a transition from dark to light be more drastic to maintain contrast on it. So doing a base color and a wash to make sure that you get darkness down into the individual wrap, spaces is good. And then an edge highlight is really off. So you can actually paint them fairly quick because you don't need to spend a lot of time blending. There's just not enough space to do so. And then focus on making sure you have darkness in between the wrap, the lines, the indentions, and then highlight on the edges.
Flapjack said Jason used burnt sienna if you want to keep copying him.
Flapjack?
Jordan ignored.
Now I'm adding brown and transparent because I feel like it.
That being said, so Jason's joking, but this is a real conversation I've had with my mom.
Which one?
I think that.
Oh, the real people on the
Yeah.
internet? Yeah. Yeah. My mom thinks the government's made out of lizard people. Handle wrappings aren't a focal point. Do a one color and a wash typically. Yeah, a little bit of edge highlight is going to bring that contrast back that you're really going to want because it does look really good when you do that. So, but they can paint quick. The internet isn't real, says, oh, now that's a brazen statement. The internet isn't real. So then the people on the internet also cannot be real by definition. So we are all just insane because we believe in this. Now, it's kind of a weird joint insanity, right? We're having a mass delusion happen, right? Because Jordan, Jen, and I are all having the same delusionary experience here, right? Because we can all say that Source does just says needs to practice, right? We can all see that. We agree. We can all say yes.
I don't know if I agree.
Oh, Jordan doesn't agree because he never agrees with anything. Ghost Hunter says, I'm a fake internet government lizard person who lives in a swamp in Florida. Yeah, seems legit.
Yeah.
This seems believable.
Seems legit. Just hard to edge highlight because it's tiny. Okay, that is one of those practice things, right? You getting a brush with a fine point, being able to do that edge highlight on those tiny wrap, kind of indentions is always going to be a struggle. But you'll get better at it.
Punisher said it's called mind control, and the government is doing it.
Yes. Also, there are subliminal messages in the ice cubes.
Ice cubes?
Yeah. Nope, that's just me telling you facts.
Oh, okay.
Nope, that's just me. That's pure Jason.
Where can you get the Trench Crusade models? So these are the early release models that the Trench Crusade team sent to us, and we printed them out here in our factory. We have a 3D printing part of our production lab, and we printed them out here so that we could paint, and we had the Trench Crusade team on with us Monday. But these will be available. They're available on the backer kit right now. So if you go to the Kickstarter and look in the announcement section, they'll give you a link to the backer kit, I believe. And so they're available there. They're available as STLs and as physical files. The STLs will be available here in a couple weeks. That they'll start sending out those packages, and the physical models will, I guess, get started printed here very soon. I would think that most of the printed models might be done in January.
Probably.
There's the company that they're working with, I think, has printing stations in the U.S., Europe, and the UK, so they can handle shipping orders closer to where you ordered from, which is awesome. So. But they are tremendous. We've been having an absolute blast with them.
Yeah, these models are super duper duper fun.
The getting to talk to Michael Francina, who's the head artist, was great. Just getting to tap into his brain, get a feel for some of where all these abominations came from.
Yeah.
He laughed very hard when I asked him to explain to us his childhood theological traumas.
Yeah. Yep.
Fuker said, I'm wanting to paint this cloak royal purple, but I want to build up to that. I have trouble with my minis looking flat. Any help?
From royal purple or going to royal purple? I mean, Payne's Gray is a great starting point for that always. Turns out that color is just kind of amazing and is a jack of all trades. And then you have, I don't know, any of your like dark blues, blue black, things like that. I wouldn't go over like a warmer color probably, although it wouldn't probably look terrible. But that it's more of like a cooler purple, even though it's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's definitely leans more one direction than the other. So I would say Payne's Gray or something in that general vicinity would be really good.
Why do you think clear ice comes at such a premium? The cloudiness in regular cubes are those sublime.
Punisher, I see you. I see you.
Derp6 said, would gray blue be good to dry brush onto crackle paint to paint it like it's a frozen crackling river or lake?
Gray blue might be a little. What color is the base that you're dry brushing onto? The crackle paint itself. Is it a darker base? I would start with something like, you know, a dark gray blue or dark blue on it first, and then start doing a heavy dry brush, and then using gray blue at the end of it could be good as kind of the brighter edge. I think then something that leans into like, you know, white blue would be good as a final, but I could see a workup like that. Yeah.
And Source has one more question on the wraps. What would you wash over dark umber for adding shade?
You could mix black and brown wash together, or you could just do black wash. Both of those would be good. I don't think I would do brown on its own over dark umber. You won't get a lot out of it, but using the black, you would get it to darken up and to shade the way you want it to, and then you could use the dark umber back over the top of that to highlight it a bit, and then light umber or one of the ivories or bone or something like that as an edge highlight, depending on what color you're trying to push the browns into. You could also go with something a little more yellowish, you know, like the golden brown or something like that.
These models are some of the best looking models I've seen. They definitely have a Silent Hill vibe to them.
Yes, very, very. Well, you know, like Mike said, he's a big fan of body horror stuff that has very macabre sense of anatomy, and so that is shown through a lot. You know, like Hellraiser with lips peeled back on the Cenobites and stuff like that. This guy.
I mean, yeah, this guy for
very,
sure.
Very Hellraiser-ish vibe. You know, so yeah, all sorts of crazy stuff like that I can see the appeal and the influence that he's taken. So, good stuff. Flapjack says maybe dark purple as an option. Is that in your purple conversation?
I think so.
Jordan?
Yeah, dark purple would work. Dark purple would certainly work.
Subliminal messages in ice is a terrible idea. Cubes start melting. Suddenly, all your citizens have unwavering loyalty to the government. The govern merp. The govern merp. The words, they melted.
After using Noosh, can I clean makeup sponges?
Yeah, if you do it quickly, you can. If you're lazy like me, they dry and then you can't use them again because the sponge itself is super like stiff. And it starts scratching the paint off. But yeah, you can run them under water, warm water, and you can get them to where the paint they may still be tinted a certain color, but it won't be something that dries hard.
Could possibly brush goop on it.
Probably, yeah.
But they're also expensive, large quantities.
Yeah, you can get them very cheap for.
All you have to do is be fairly quick when you're done.
Yeah, just rinse it
nooshing.
when
Just
you're
take it
done,
and run it under water.
And
You
then
don't
let
have
it
to
dry.
worry.
Have a few because you won't want to use it when it's wet, probably.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you'll need
And
it to
it'll
dry
take a
fully
while to
to
I
dry.
typically have to use like 2 or 3 during a session on a bigger model just because the sponge itself gets so much paint on it that can still be wet. So it'll contaminate color if you're not careful.
All right. This is looking good for right now. I have to clean up the bones a little bit later. Put that guy aside. We're gonna work on this guy. Oh, actually,
You could use dried makeup sponges for basing material. You definitely could. You could upcycle
Yeah.
your used makeup sponges and use
upcycle,
them
I
for all
like
sorts
that.
of stuff. You can also tear the sponges so that because it's a wedge, so you find yourself just using the edges of the wedge initially, and then you can tear those edges off and create a new open, clean spot. So you can keep shrinking it by tearing it and using those spots. Especially at the size model like what Jordan's painting right now, you don't need the full size of the sponge. You could tear it and use a smaller piece of it. Just as easy.
Dripstick said, I guess I would paint the base dark blue and have that color poke through the cracks with the gray, white, blue buildup on the surface.
Oh yeah, definitely for the ice. Yep. Dark blue as the base crackle.
Did you say gray blue originally or white blue?
I said gray blue as the dark gray blue. He said gray blue.
Oh yeah, would gray blue be good to dry brush? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the
you
gray
added
blue,
white
but I think the white blue
Yes.
over the top of the gray blue. Gray blue could still be a heavier dry brush where you see more of that color, because when you get it in large amounts, you will notice how much darker it is than white blue. Right. Yeah, even ice, I go with a dark base for it generally. Depending on what I'm doing, it could be a gray, blues. I really love the red armor on that other guy.
oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because the red that they did is more of like kind of a weird metallic-y red, almost kind of like a blood metallic red.
Yeah.
But I really liked how the red turned out on these guys, and so I wanted to incorporate that red throughout more of the army.
Yeah, it looks
so.
good.
Oh, this guy.
So for the next 2 days, Jason and I will not be here for stream.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Gonna have the baby J and
Stream
What?
solo.
Christopher also maybe.
Christopher will be in here
Yeah.
helping out.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna miss everybody.
Aw, damn meetings take me away from all the fun.
Yeah. All right. There's more fun to be had, Jason.
There's
We have,
other exciting things coming up though.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I made the post right before here. That's why I was
Oh,
late.
did you? So
Yeah, I
then
got
you
the
tell
post
it.
out on Facebook. You guys should
Okay,
check
so
our
now
Facebook.
tell.
I'll put it in the Discord as soon as we're done here, too. That's my bad. I forgot to put it on Discord, which I normally do first. Saturday, we don't normally stream on Saturday, as everybody knows, but we have a super special, not so secret Saturday stream that will be happening at noon Mountain Time. That's Arizona time. So 2 hours earlier than the normal stream time for us. It's going to have Ben Comets painting the Warrior Texture Trainer along with Matt Seshwish.
What?
So it's a signature painting stream. They are coming to us live from Germany. They'll be broadcasting from Ben's studio. We'll be hosting it here on the channel with me sitting at the producer's chair where Jen is right now, answering questions, allowing you guys to have a direct line to ask Ben and Matt what's going on and how they're painting. We're going to show off all the signature colors, and we will have an exclusive discount code available during the stream
What?
to get you
go.
10% off all the signature colors
That
should
I
you want to
did
pick up some
Nice.
signature colors, which makes them cheaper than the normal colors at that point.
Let's
So
go.
if you've been waiting to pick up some signature sets, signature singles, things like that, we'll have an exclusive code that you can use on those. And as well as just spending a couple hours with Ben and Matt here doing some fun painting. It'll be a lot of fun.
That is going to be awesome.
Be a lot of fun.
So
So
you're
if you
not
got some time
painting?
on Saturday afternoon here in the States, make sure to join us.
You're not going to be painting?
I won't be painting.
Oh.
No, we really want to focus on Ben painting on the Warrior and using all the colors and talking about his his style. It's really like a group free lesson with Ben, which is pretty great.
That's amazing.
And
That's
rumor
pretty cool.
has it we might be giving away a 2-session private lesson with Ben and Matt as well.
What?
So if you were ever interested, if you don't know Ben Comet's one of the world's best painters and one of our signature artists.
Wi-Fi, Jade. That
So,
train's got Wi-Fi.
would be
It's
good.
2024.
Yeah, Wi-Fi or cell phone service. It turns out this fake internet, it follows you around.
It's pretty powerful now.
It follows you around.
This fake
It's pretty crazy.
Derp6 said for desert bases that use crackle paint, what would you undercoat the base with so it's not just the black base showing through the cracks?
For desert bases that use crackle paint, so like the Martian, Earth, and that kind of stuff, what would you undercoat the base with so it's not just the black of the base showing through the crack? Any color you want. I prime it first. So if you do the crackle paint and you do it without any color, and you prime it and it cracks and it's just black, then you can paint anything. I like browns just because of Earth, but like dark golden brown would be great if you're doing like sand, like cracked yellow-ish sand, then dark golden brown is fantastic. And then you can go to golden browns and yellow ochres for the actual sand color with, finishing off with, again, like a pale yellow or an ivory or something like that. That works great. It also works great for Martian Earth. I think browns, like dark umber or black brown or something like that. But yeah, definitely put something over it that is not the black. Now you could pull off some really cool tricks and use things like purple and blues and greens and things like that, but they might come out looking more like a glow from the cracks. So think about that and think about what story you're trying to tell before you really jump in and do it. But definitely put a color, like a darker earthy tone down there.
I don't think the train will have Wi-Fi, Jade. The one in February. Bother you? Is that it doesn't have Wi-Fi? Wink, wink. Don't bother me. No Wi-Fi. We won't tell.
That's I'm getting really bad reception. I'll call you back later.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to go into a tunnel.
We're going into a
Kimberly said, I'm not sure what was scheduled for Saturday, but it's not scheduled anymore.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not sure what I had scheduled for that day, but
And who knows? Yeah, depending on how much fun we have, they may have to cut off because it starts at 8 p.m. their time in Germany. But, if they're done painting, I might start painting.
They better take a nap during the day.
I might start painting when they're done painting. You never know. It might go long. I had a lot of fun painting the last Saturday I painted, which was 2 weeks ago.
you've been painting a lot, Jason.
So,
Yeah. So if it's got it for you, Awkward Panda special stream with Ben and Matt.
Yep.
And other stuff.
And other stuff. Vince and John may pop in as
Noon.
guests. We'll see.
Noon Arizona time. On
We've
our channel.
reached
This
out to all the signature artists to pop their heads in and have some time. So
that'd
we'll
be
see
cool.
who decides to show up. We'll have some fun that way. Oh, Jade, that sucks. They would want you to bring the work laptop. No. Yeah. Ben is a tremendous painter. His feel
Also-
for color is just great. He can utilize vibrancy. Yeah, Ben and doing the painting Buddha
Oh my gosh.
channel was one of the first YouTube channels that really went in depth on painting techniques for becoming a better artist in the miniature realm. It's highly influential to so many artists, right?
And still available.
In the day when the internet was young, and they were taking advantage of filming content to show people how to paint. Did some amazing stuff, like some great stuff with Space Marines and all sorts of crazy stuff. So and you can still go find the painting Buddha on YouTube with all the old catalog of stuff. They don't do it anymore, but it doesn't make any of their videos any less relevant. Tremendous stuff.
All of that content that they did back in the day is still.
Game Delay
super
says if you're
useful.
giving away private lessons with Jason, you're down for that too. Jason doesn't have a Patreon where he does private lessons. Thank
Jason
goodness.
also doesn't have any remaining hours in the day.
Thank goodness. As much as I love doing one-on-ones. We were one of the first people that I knew of that did that, internet-wise, doing live one-on-ones, and it was great. It is extremely time-consuming. So as much as I wish I could do it, I don't see a day in the near future where that's a possibility. but I would love to again. And I think that could be a fun giveaway for us to do it occasionally. You know, maybe we'll do something like that at our Christmas stream. Maybe we'll give away, you know, 2 couple-hour private lessons with me on the interwebs. I would be okay with it being a one-time kind of a thing.
Jade said, "Yeah, I'll be gone for a week and a half. If they don't have coverage and I come back to a mess, I'm looking for a job." Well, you're coming to Arizona, so maybe.
You have to stay here. You have friends here.
Goopster is here for the weekly sprays in Canada. Check. When can they get the sprays in Canada?
So about that. Until your Canada Post decides to get their act together, nothing is happening in Canada.
Yeah. We can't even, I've had to, contact, because we can't even buy a post shipping label to
The
Canada.
U.S. Postal Service won't even transfer ownership
USPS
over because
won't
they've
let
been
us-
losing to
They're like,
Seriously?
nope, we're not getting involved in that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the U.S. Postal Service is
Oh my-
Way to
boycotting
turn that
Canada
off.
Post because they won't they hand off to Canada Post, but there's
They
no
do.
guarantee of delivery.
They won't do it.
And so the U.S. Postal Service quality of service goes down tremendously if Canada Post can't live up to their end. So right now, yeah, it's not really a boycott, but it pretty much is because they won't let us even print labels out to Canada. So I know Jen's having to work on how to figure all that stuff out. So unfortunately, right now, it's kind of bogged down.
Oh, I'm missing the question, the original question, but recipe red, Jordan.
For this red?
Yeah.
This is red oxide, followed by bold pyro red. And then I added in a little bit of bright yellow ochre. That's not bright yellow ochre. Hold on, let me grab it so I can show you. Right here. And that's how you get the kind of bright pale highlights. And then there's a filter on top of it with noosh to darken it up and grime it up.
It's a good red.
And then I gotta figure out how to get this guy's arms to look like they're like burnt and smoldering. So I'm gonna have to do some washes of some brighter colors in there.
Is he not good with his flamethrower?
No, the whole story behind these guys is they walked through the door of hell and get incinerated and gives them power. Yeah.
Heretics.
Yeah, these guys, they walk up to see the door and they go, "All right, you're a heretic now." And then these guys are like, "Screw this, I'm going in."
Yeah.
And then they have the flesh burns off.
Yeah,
It's
I
gross.
can't trust those heretics.
Probably not. Probably not. Good
Tech
idea.
Elf, now I can listen to stream since my meeting is over. You're like, damn it, hurry up and get the meeting over with. I want to listen to my painting nerds.
Listen to the painting nerds.
Browning Rebel, these are from Trench Crusade. It is a game that has been around for a number of years as a free-to-play rule set. You can still get the rules for free in PDF form. They've done another Kickstarter in the past where they brought some of the artwork and the original like 6 or 7 sculpts to life in miniature. It has traditionally been a miniatures agnostic game, one that relied on you to kind of take your own from Necromunda or whatever and use miniatures that you built and made for the game with their artwork as a way to kind of lead you through that. But they just did a Kickstarter that was overwhelmingly successful, and these are the models from that Kickstarter. So we got some pre-release models for the Heretic Legions and the Trench Pilgrims factions. There are currently 6 main factions with a lot of sub-factions for each, but those sub-factions haven't even been explored yet. So the main 6 faction miniatures are all in part of that Kickstarter as STLs and as physical prints. And so they sent us the STLs so we could paint them on stream early. So we're doing that. So Jordan is working on the Heretic Legion, and I'm painting Trench Pilgrims. Well, I'm sitting in the comfy chairs right now.
Yeah.
But
Spitfire
I had
miniature.
been painting Trench Pilgrim.
I'm assuming you're asking about the color forge in store. If so,
Tech Elf, thank you.
We're working on it. The stores are starting to order. The stores have to order. They have to set up a separate account. It's different from Monument Hobbies. So, completely separate platform that they order from. So it'll be a little slower probably than, you're not going to see them in every store that carries Procurl immediately. Gotta get their account set up, put in their orders, things. But they're coming. They're slowly starting to start shipping out store orders.
Tech Elf, thank you. We're happy that we're more interesting than your meeting was. I don't know where the bar is on that one, but I'll take it. Browning Rebel asked, is this the game with all the crosses? Yes.
Yep.
It is a game based in the world centered around the fact that in the Crusades at the year 1099, as we transferred into the 1100s, that some of the Templar brethren who wound up in Jerusalem after winning back Jerusalem in the Crusades found underneath a temple a hidden bastion, and in that uncovered some unspeakable lore and communed with demons and devils and broke their faith and opened up a portal to hell, basically, unknowingly, due to this mass heresy of these Templars changing over to the other side. And so the gates of hell started to open, and the reality between the earth and the circles of hell started to blur. You get demons and weird stuff happening, and so the Crusades then started anew to try to take back the Holy Land now from demons rather than just Muslim and other locals. And so you have all of the factions from the Crusade fighting against the powers of hell. And it's extended into the time frame of the early 1900s around World War I. So hence the trench warfare, early 20th century military feel and vibe to a lot of the factions. But really, really great lore that's built up through the faction storylines and things like that they're continuing to build. They've got Graham McNeil writing a short story for them that they said is not actually so short as it's going along right now. Graham McNeil, obviously one of the writers in the Black Library fame, who's written a lot of Space Marine and other novels in that realm. So that should be really good. And then just a lot of really cool input from other artists and writers and people that have given a lot of life to the world itself. It's really fun. Well, I say fun in a very macabre sense, because the world is not one you want to be part of. It's about the most super grimdark I've ever seen. But it has a very unique take on that whole weird war, because it dates back. It's not just World War II where, the Nazis had UFO powers or something like that. It's dating back to the Crusades and bringing all the knightly orders, the crusading states. You've got the Principality of New Antioch, that is based in historic, realms of thought. And now they just have demons with flamethrowers.
Brand.
Getting all nice and grimy with these models now.
Sofa says, I actually promoted your sprays at the FLGS when I was shopping a sale. Someone asked about your brush-on primers, and I confessed that I hadn't tried them yet, but that you had just released new rattle cans. Yep, definitely. The brush-on primers as such are not available yet. Those will be available before the end of the year or right at the beginning of the year. Our current primers that are airbrush can be brushed on, but we have black and white brush-on primers on the way. And those will be in the 25 mil bottles, the 22 mil we call them. But
those are also
mil.
stupid good.
And they're really, really good primer, that are meant for brushing on. They won't airbrush. I mean, I guess technically you could thin them down, but why would you? So we will have all three types. We will have a very good high-quality brush-on primer for on the go, an airbrush primer, and then the rattle can primers. We got you covered. No pun intended. Maybe it was intended.
Spitfire said, I'm going to bully my FLGS into work. That seems a bit risky.
That's the way to do it.
I feel like kindness.
I feel like bullying is proper. I think you walk in with a bat and you threaten to break some knees. Say, I've been watching Tulsa King, and you need to bring in Monument spray primers.
Listen, we're going to be partners now, you and me.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna be partners.
We're gonna be partners
Yeah.
right now.
And
Do I have
I'm
a
gonna
choice?
provide
Nope.
this service to you. I'm going to protect you, make you safe, and you're going to give me money.
A place like
Every
this
week.
needs protection. From who? From things.
Thanks. So good. That show's so
Do I
good.
have a choice? No.
Swifter Bear said, "How will your brush on compare to Vallejo primer?"
To Vallejo, how will the brush on compare to Vallejo primer? I mean, I like our stuff better, period. In comparison, I mean, our brush on primers are super matte, single coat. We've shown them on stream. We did some of the Marvel United chibis with them. Fast drying, very stable. They give you everything you want from a brush on.
Soothsayer said, "If anyone at Monument HQ spoke to a visiting Rhode Islander last week, that's my bud who I converted to Pro Krill. Showed you pics of my warm yellow flesh eaters. That was probably Philip or
Probably Philip.
Matt. I guess maybe Shelby.
Spitfire says the kindness I'll give them is on white paper with green ink. That's called cold hard cash.
Cold hard cash.
And Soothsayer, that's awesome, by the way.
The Germans. It'd be terrible if something happened to your store because you don't carry money.
I like this. We need a street team, and this needs to be their marching orders. Right? We will provide bail money.
we will provide bail money.
Tech Health has it right. We'll arm them all with cricket bats. Right?
Have one.
Yeah.
We've got one.
Well, we can buy more. We know where it came from. And protection from what? It'd be terrible if something happened to your FLGS. I think they just put that on a 3x5 card and let it go. Any place that doesn't carry Pro Krill, take the card out, read it, swing the bat. I've spent 18 months trying to get our FLGS into carrying PA, and they still refuse. I don't understand why.
Yeah, concerned about space. I mean, I don't know about this store in particular, but that's what we commonly hear is that. And again, this is what the store personnel are telling the customer who's asking about it, and then the customer comes to us that they're concerned about space is the biggest one. That they already carry, however many paint lines that exist, and they don't want to bring in one more because it's too saturated.
Yeah,
they just don't understand enough.
Dead
don't
nerve.
know.
The current
They're not
airbrush
familiar.
primers are able to be brushed on, but you're probably experiencing that the first layer goes on a little bit thin, and then with the second layer it starts to build up. So it's just a little more time consuming than I wanted it to be. So I wanted to provide a primer that came in the standard paint bottle like our normal paints. You could stick it in your go bag really easy, pull it out, touch up priming spots on anything you got, or prime a model. Because I find myself out at shows being like, you know what? If I have glue and everything here, it's just really hard to prime, when you're out traveling because you can't take your airbrush rig all the time. Holding a rattle can and traveling with a rattle can is tough. When we go to shows, it's not always the easiest. And then finding a place to spray. So brush on primer just made sense. So it'll be available. I think you guys will like it, but only going to be available in black and white. You'll have to mix to get grays. You can put other color mixed into it, but it's really just meant to be a functional tool. So I don't think I'll release a lot of colors with it.
Rattle can said, "You had me at bail money. I'm in."
You had me at bail money.
God damn it, I'm in.
Jason,
No
our
one within
community
an hour that
is
carries Pro
hilarious.
Krill, they complain that they don't make enough money on paint. Done everything, including offering to teach classes for free to help promote it. If they would just if they would just call us.
That is another problem. We have stores that aren't, they're not as deep into the hobby part of the hobby. They'll make money on the models because they kind of sell themselves to some extent. But if you don't promote the hobby,
You're not gonna
just
sell
in
more of
like a
general,
card
then your
store
community
or
won't know where to
something.
start if it's
Yeah.
small, right? In bigger cities where you have lots more stores, you'll find that those stores get kind of drug kicking and screaming into the hobby because people just won't go there if they don't. Because they'll have another store that does, whether it's teaching classes or just because people that go there paint their armies, and have the community drives it. So yeah, it's something that is a necessity. And we've seen a lot of stores that don't go into the hobby from the hobby side. They either were a card store and learned they could make money on Warhammer, or they're a board game store, and the same thing was true. People asked for it, so they custom ordered it, and then they bring more and more in. And in order to get it, you've got to have the whole like 40K and AOS starter kits and the Citadel paint rack. There's a lot of stores out there that do that don't really understand the value of it. It doesn't fit what they got into business for, and that's understandable.
Swifter Bear, it's so funny that you say that because we, for a few weeks, had a sledgehammer on our website for $5,000 called
Hey,
the
wait a
Personality
minute.
Adjuster.
Why is it for right-handers only? I am offended.
Spitfire, I didn't know they were getting sued, but yes, they definitely had a misprint on the packaging for all of the dolls that they released. Wicked.
Wait, what?
They put a website. So
Uh-oh.
Mattel.
Uh-huh.
They released a line of Barbie dolls that were based on the characters from the musical Wicked.
Turns out
And
Wicked.com
it
goes
says
to
wicked.com.
wickedpictures.com. Do you know?
No, it
Which
does
is a
not.
Yes.
porn
Have you ever heard of
factory.
Jenna Jameson?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't hear they got sued, but yes, they definitely have all those dolls out in the world now.
You know what would be funny is if Wicked.com was the one suing them.
I mean, they could.
You know, for use of their brand.
Oh my goodness. That's man. Who oh.
Sir
Oh.
Blame, right? Yeah, the Trench Crusade minis are tremendous. Love it.
Whoopsie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a how colossal of a trip up is that?
I mean, we've had a couple typos, but not been to
Yeah, that's a level of typo that's pretty
That's why we chose the name
what?
Monument Hobbies. It's
Wizard's
hard to
Way.
get redirected anywhere unsafe. I have a heck of a time getting people to wean off of Citadel, but when I do, it's like an epiphany for them. You know, and that's another thing because the hobby, like we talk about it all the time. One of the things in our hobby in general is that a lot of people, I would say the bulk of people don't come to it from an art perspective. They may love the idea of painting, but they still come at it because they found the game first in most cases. And so the paint and the type of paint and quality of paint is not always the first thing on their mind. It grows on them once they've dedicated and gotten to that aha moment in the hobby where they're like, I want to do this more. Then you'll start seeing them start asking those questions that we talk about around here. You know, what is the need of a paint other than Citadel's easy? It's right there next to the models I'm buying anyway. The boxes for my models say what color to use on the back. So, you know, it becomes very simple.
even though it's a lie.
Browning Rebel wants to know if the brush-on primer will self-level or will it show brush
I mean, it will self-level if you put it on too thick, and depending on, you know, if you use a forceful hand and let it, you know, run off into like built-up spots off of the brush, then I could see it having brush strokes. But no, we painted. I slopped it on heavily, and it dries flat. Now, it is a heavier poly paint than our airbrush one, and so if you just slop it on, it could fill details. It is a really good at holding detail, but like anything, you know, like if you hold our airbrush primers and you just spray a boatload onto an area, you can flood an area. So, but as long as you're careful, yeah, it works great. It lays flat, won't show brush strokes, no texture to it. It's great. Game Delay says, this is where I pretend that I don't understand anything Jason just said.
Gates of Pain said, what would you recommend to do magic smoke on an undead alchemist dude?
You have a color in mind? Like what you would want it to be? Magic smoke, I think, in terms of like purples, greens, stuff like that. You know, anytime you're doing smoke, if you have an ignition point that is the smoke is coming from, then that's going to be your brightest point. You typically want to start with a brighter color, and then you can dry brush or layer darker colors up, because smoke will get the darkest at the outer layer, so to speak, right? And at the point where the smoke is the thickest because of its opacity, right? It's wispy and translucent. So it's going to be where it's thickest, it'll be darkest, and where it's thinnest, it'll be a lighter color. So it goes against your normal highlight and shade mentality. You don't want to paint it dark and then highlight it bright, to the outsides like we would with everything else, that'll look funky. But then it's really just picking the colors. Like if you want green, you could go with like bright yellow green base and then yellow green and dark yellow green over that. But you would just paint in almost like reverse, you know, like we talk about when we're painting fire. You paint the bright color first and then you build up the dark colors towards the edges, so to speak.
Swifter Bear said, I never really got into the hobby from army miniatures. It was from D&D and fantasy. I realized how fun and relaxing it was. Touches the same edges. Same. I don't paint for any game related. I like the artistic.
I mean, I'm right there with you. I prefer the painting over all else. I used to really prefer the building models, converting models, and painting. That was my whole journey. And then when they were done, I just give them to people. You know, I would rarely use them for anything. Now I don't like so much building the models, so the world of 3D printing is perfect for me.
Oh, jeez.
You need that brush on primer for all the times I rub the primer off the rims while painting. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, you can just take a brush load and in like one swipe prime the entire outer rim of the base. You did neon green for the smoke on the Asmodia I did a couple months ago. Nice. Yeah, the neon would work really well too. You could base that under the, if you mean the fluorescent, you could do the white first and then do the green over that.
Yeah, if you're using
your airbrush nozzle nut just broke. No.
Oh no.
That's the worst. I am sorry. Recreational magic smoke was just legalized in Minnesota. Tech elf.
I feel like this also needs to have red armor. Like it's missing out.
It's emitting from a book. Yeah, so you could have the pages of the book be the brightest part, right? And then where the smoke comes up off of the book, have that be bright too. And then it goes into the darker as it curls away from the book. 100% would look great. Redhead.
I'm gonna do the shoulder pads and I think the chest and maybe the, I don't know. It felt a little bland with just the silver. So add a little bit of color to it.
Isophus asked, do we have a tutorial on painting smoke? That's a good question. I don't know that we have one on smoke.
We don't.
We
Not
have
on
flame
smoke.
of a lot of different types. We would have to find a model. Jordan did a really cool one with the smoke coming up off of the pot guy for Age of Sigmar. The Cities
Oh,
of
yeah.
Sigmar pot wizard.
Yeah.
Do you have that sitting around here anywhere?
Oh,
It was
it's
like
in my
a
office.
fluorescent,
It's in my
right?
office. Here, I can go grab it really quick.
Be right back. Black Bladder says you could change the Chippendale song lyrics to Chippendale with Trench Crusade, and it still rhymes. Is this what we want to be doing? Is this a responsible society when we do these things?
I remember this.
Take it home.
I think so, yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
He sold it.
I didn't.
He gave it away.
I didn't do that. I did that to Vader.
He did give Vader away.
Yeah. Pretty sure Whitty owns that, right?
Did Whitty get Vader?
Pretty sure Whitty got that.
Oh, maybe so.
Because I remember that Zambies we were telling Zambies to go bugger to respond.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Spitfire says, for the painting challenge, does it have to be a traditional miniature or can it be a diorama of sorts? It can be a diorama of sorts, sure.
I think specifically for this coming challenge, a diorama would be great.
I'll be honest with you, dioramas for me, right? Because this is the world that I painted in for so long. Is it dioramas? I'm probably a little more stringent on how they're put together. Not unfairly so, I don't believe, but you know, a diorama when you're doing miniatures is a tough gig because a lot of people will go overboard with the diorama and put too much terrain, too much environment, not enough miniature. So the balancing of your diorama is very important with regards to open space and such.
Yeah, dioramas are a whole science in and of themselves to get right.
Awkwardish says laughs in snow globe. Yeah, Awkwardish is going to do another snow globe, which it beats
It's gonna
all.
be
Anything
awesome.
in a snow globe when you say it needs to feel cold. When?
Yeah, Awkward is like, it's a snow globe. It's
When?
cold.
Not even fair, and we don't care.
Yep.
Mo asked for the challenge. Can we use any warm? And hi, Mo. Can we use any warm colors, or do they have to be all cold colors? No, you can use warm. You can use whatever colors you want. The scene has to be set to make me feel cold, right? If you can do that with warm colors, more power to you. So we talked about yesterday how using warm colors and desaturating them so it feels like it's a very gray, overcast, cold, winter, dreary day, but you're wearing red. That's a thing, right? Having a blaringly, fire engine red Santa Claus suit and trying to convince me that it's cold, that's tougher to do.
Bye,
See you,
Mr.
Chris.
Masucci.
Thanks, man. Tech Help says, challenge accepted. Yeah, the idea is just for when Jordan and Jen and I look at it, we want to go burr. We want to, I know it may sound weird, but when we look at these models that we spend so much time painting, for so many of us, it's like you immediately go into what is life like for this model, right? And I want to think, when I look at your model, I want to think about oh, it's cold there. That does not mean that they can't be dressed in red. This model he's painting with the red right now could be in a frigid winter environment.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that has to do with you just put snow on the base, but does that tell the whole story? No. It needs to have something else happen there too that really brings it home, and that's the part that's the toughest in your storytelling in miniature. The opposite of a Yule log. When you look at the miniature, you get cold instead. Exactly. Black Bladder says, I'm happy. I got 50% discount on 30K Horus Heresy starter box set over Black Friday. That's huge.
50%?
Yeah, 50 off is huge.
Where the heck did you get that from?
Is that the Dark Imperium one? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Imperium.
Yeah. That's a crazy deal.
That's an awesome deal. Can I submit a picture of the 4 feet of snow I got last night? Brownie says, holy crap. 4 feet of snow just last night?
Just
48 inches?
Snow.
What does that equal when it says it snowed X amount of inches? Because it's all like drift when it gets to 48. It didn't snow 48 inches, right? It snowed like 12. You just happened to get all of it. I've been in a blizzard. I lived in Connecticut, New York, and the far northeast for a lot of years. And I remember my first real harmful blizzard in Connecticut when I was living in Fairfield. And holy mackerel, was I not prepared.
Really?
Oh, my God. My neighbors tried to warn me. They were like, it's going to be really bad tonight. They're expecting a blizzard. And I said, oh, we'll survive. It's pretty good. And, I got out and put rock salt down on my driveway. And that didn't help at all. Right? I slept all the way through it. My neighbors the next morning, they were like, well, we didn't know if we should come, because I was new to the area.
Yeah.
We didn't really want to wake you up in the middle of the morning, at like 2 a.m. when it was getting bad. We didn't want to come banging on your door. We figured you knew what you were doing, but...
Did not.
No, by the time I woke up, there was 8 inches of snow on the ground, and the bottom 3 were solid brick ice.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been shoveling all night like the rest of the people.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, well, this proves to me why I don't need to live up here. Because if I have to wake up multiple times in the middle of the night to go shovel snow, not the place for me.
Yep. Yep. I would agree with that statement.
It's not the place for me.
I refuse to live in a place where I have to wake up in the middle of the night, shovel snow. Or I'm just going to not leave my house until it unfreezes.
When I
Paint
was a
Liquor
little
says we
kid-
all know hot pink is the coldest color. Yeah.
When I was a little kid, my mom used to have to get up in the middle of the night and go start her car
Oh my goodness.
to make sure that it didn't
Yep.
have the brown.
Yep. You live next to one of the Great Lakes, so we just get dumped on. Oh, yeah, definitely. Lake effect is,
Lake
is
effect is
brutal.
brutal.
Is it
when
really
snow
common
comes.
to get a ton of snow over by the Great Lakes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, when it
because
does
it's
snow, it's
lake
so
effect,
wet
so
and
it's all the
lots of wind and drift
Yeah.
and tons.
Makes sense.
yeah.
It's fun when you look across the fields. You can see it looks like water waves because of how the snow drifts with the wind.
Oh, weird.
So it's not just flat snow. It's like these big buildups, and it looks
Crazy.
like waves of water had come through.
Wild. Well, Jen is back. Sounds like it's time.
It's
I'm
over.
hearing the typing.
It's over, chat.
Chat.
Chat, I have to be honest. It's you, not me.
Wow.
And
Don't worry, chat. At least I'll be
where we
here
have
tomorrow.
to part ways.
I still love you, chat. Don't worry about it.
It's me, not you.
It's me, not you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Make sure you guys click on all the wonderful links that Jen has so kindly placed into chat.
What's
for
that?
us today?
Look at Ghost Hunter's update on the number of Discord people in
Yeah.
Discord.
5131 salty nut
nuts.
jobs.
Salty
Oh
nut jobs.
my gosh. Oh,
I
make sure
love
you
you,
guys
Ghost Hunter.
tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Ghost hunter, best hunter.
We stream 5 days a week from Monday to Friday.
We do this 5 days a week.
Yeah. Except sometimes on
I
Saturday.
love it. Today he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Normally when I ask that question, he's like, we do. Today's like, unfortunately,
do.
yes.
No, I love it. You guys are great. I love doing this.
Blood, I concur. Nice to look at. I don't want to be in it.
But yeah, make sure you guys check on
Like
the store
kids.
link. Buy all the cool stuff.
They're cute. I don't want them.
Check on the FLGS link so you can support local game stores near you where you can also buy our cool stuff. And then
Hit that follow button. If you're new
Follow
around here,
button.
we love having you. We'd love to see you back and part of the community. Hit that Discord link. Do all the things.
we're going to find somebody to raid.
And Jen and I will not be here with you guys
We will not.
tomorrow or
Or
Friday.
Friday.
So we will come back. Well, you'll see me on Saturday. Like I said, check the socials. I'll post it up in Discord, but we are going to have a special Saturday stream this week. Starting at noon, it'll be myself here refereeing between the legends that are Ben and Matt Seshwish, Ben Comets, that is. And they'll be painting the Warrior Texture Trainer live with me on stream. And ought to be fun. It's basically a free lesson live with Ben where you can talk to him and ask questions. One of the master painters of the world, one of our signature artists. And then and we'll see what else happens. We're not going to put an end cap on it. It's going to start at noon. Mountain Standard Time here at the office, and we'll see where we get. And then we'll catch you back here on Monday. But Babe J and Christopher will be here streaming for you tomorrow and Friday.
Don't worry. I love it, Chad.
I would worry. I would worry. It's when they say don't worry is when you should worry. All right, gang, we're out of
Bye,
here.
See you guys
everyone.
later.